All right, sports fans, after all that, we're finally to the point where we're going to start putting the seat cover and padding on. And the thing here, what you got to do is you got to remember what your front is. Your front's going to be the side with the 4 holes in it, well, for the hinge. And they got the thicker ears on it, okay? And you got to know what your inside or top or bottom, whichever way you want to refer to it, the side facing your foam, that's the side with the T-nuts on it, okay? And the name of the game here is keeping everything clean, doing it on a warm day, and keeping your fabric tight as you work your way around. As far as I can see from what I found, it means starting in the center and working out from the center. Let's see what happens. Alright, I've never taken my foam out of my seat because I didn't want to lose track of what is the front and what is the back. But on these sides and the seat cushion face toward the front. So we know that much. I've determined what my front is, so I'll lay it over and I'll take the old cover off of the foam. I just want to keep my foam in the same orientation as okay. Now let us see here. One hole toward the back. This actually has to be like this, and our U-nuts have to be like this, and this has to be like this. This is the back. This is the front. Everything lines up like that. That's how she's supposed to go. Alright, I got a start on this. I got staples all the way across on the long way, and I got some staples in the center on the ends. Looks like I got a few wrinkles there. It looks like this part of the seat design is slightly further back than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull back on this more and hopefully eliminate the wrinkles and have this design pulled this way just a bit. Now maybe I can accomplish both things in the same process. Let's see here. That's going to involve pulling harder right in this area here. So I'll just, they give you plenty of material, which is surprising. Usually my experience for things like this is they barely give you enough material. So I'm just going to pull it here and then put some staples in front of these, and hopefully that'll take care of both of the problems I'm experiencing right now at once. Alright, got most of those wrinkles out. It's pulled pretty tight, feels pretty good. For some reason I'm feeling like this design is a little further this way than that, but I don't know. The foam is old. The driver's side is probably smashed down more than the passenger side. We're not working with new foam here. I bet that makes it a little bit trickier. I don't think I'd make it any better if I messed around with it anymore. So the next thing I'm going to work on is getting these corners nice and tight. Now they give you plenty of material, and who knows, that might even be a disadvantage, but we're going to work with what we got. Alright, let's see if I can get these corners tight. I'll start by pulling right here on the corner. And then we'll drive a staple in. See what we got after that. Okay, now we'll just grab some here and pulling her tight here. Let's see here. You want to take that one out that I put in here. I watched a video on this. Can't remember everything they said. Maybe I should go back and watch her again. Boy, when you do one thing to get rid of a wrinkle, you kind of add another, so it makes it a little on the tricky side. I'm not sure exactly how to do this. Just keep working at it, see what we come up with. All right, now I get to the point where it's not looking too bad. That isn't too bad there. Not too many bunches and wrinkles, and that's not too bad there, and that's in the back where no one's going to see it. So I think what I can do is I can just keep grabbing tight and stapling. The one thing I found here is that you can't be afraid to remove staples you put in once. A lot of times you can put in a staple and get as tight as you want, as tight as you can, and as you start working with it, then you can get it even tighter, and you have to remove some staples that you had put in previously. And sometimes you have a bit of a, a wrinkle in the fabric, and you might want to take out a staple to try and eliminate that. But as you go, you can, like I said, you can pull on this material a number of times, and just keep working at it, and don't be afraid to remove staples you put in, because it's no big deal. They give you plenty of material. The other thing too, I've been working way toward the end here, because when I'm done, I think I've all noticed these are always have the staples around the very perimeter, and then all the fabric cut off right next to it. So I'm putting my staples here so I can screw up, and remove the staples as many times as I want. And I think that's gonna come in handy for me. So let's see if we can work out this bunch of fabric here somehow. Some of this is just about impossible to eliminate, because you're working with a area where you're getting where it's coming around, so it's a smaller area than on the outside. So I don't know what you do to avoid bunching her up there, but I guess we just do our best and hope it turns out okay. But if you keep stretching it, you may remove a staple if you have to, stretch it, re-staple, you can get her looking pretty decent, I think. Okay. Now, I really don't think that looks that bad. I suppose a professional would not have that little bit of bump there, but holy cow, I think I'm gonna be happy with that the way that is. So what I'll do is I'll just put more staples around the perimeter here and trim off the excess, and do the same thing on this side as I did on this, and call her good. And this is the first one of these I've ever done, so I'll probably never have to do another one again, not at least until I forgot everything I learned doing this one. Alright, sports fans, I'm pretty much satisfied with this, because I don't think I'm going to get any better. I bet if I monkey it with it more, I'll just end up making it worse. Some of the things I'm not satisfied with, this area here, it looks like the foam isn't far enough this way, but boy, I tried to center it up as good as I could, and it might just be because the driver's side of it just is worn or smushed down more. Like I say, maybe new foam would have been a good idea to do on this, but I'm going to take my chances and hope it doesn't end up ripping right there. If it does, I'm going to call this, it costs $50, a $50 learning experience, and do it again if it ever rips. So that's why I'm going on. I think maybe over the course of time this is going to stretch and relieve some of that tension there. I think this vinyl is kind of stretchy, so I think it'll stretch and there won't be near as much tension on it later as there is now. But you got to start with some tension, otherwise your seat cover will be loose and it'll have wrinkles in it. So I'm going to call this good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put staples around the entire perimeter of this. Right about here, all the way around, and then I'll trim off the excess, and then I'll put on those lumbar supports, whatever you want to call them, things to keep you from sliding out, handles, whatever. I'll put them on, and I'll put the hinges on. We'll get it on the golf cart and see what it looks like then. Alright, sports fans, I'm pretty confident that this is all the better that I'd be able to make it look, and geez, I'm satisfied with that. What do I have to do now? I have to trim off the excess material here. We'll just go right beyond this line of staples here, and then this material with the staples, and I'll just pull them staples and discard that material. And then after I do that, there's some black pieces of plastic that run here and back here, and maybe they hide the staples. I'm not sure what the purpose is. Maybe it's a trim piece. But yeah, I'll put them on, and then we'll put on the side bolster deals and the hinges, and then we're done. Alright, now I'm going to trim off the excess, and I'll just run on the inside of where these staples are. I get a scissors too. Okay, sports fans, I got all the excess trimmed off and these plastic strips on. As far as the bottom on the corner is concerned, you have a choice between trimming off everything and having it look, you know, really sexy, or not trimming off everything and just a few more areas to hold staples on, maybe help hold it on probably the highest stress part. So since no one can see that, I just left some extra there. I don't think it's going to hurt anything. You'll notice it even less once these side bolster things get installed. So that will be the next step. And when you install these things here, make sure you use anti-seize compound on your bolts. I don't have any with me right now, so I'm just going to put regular bolts, but I'm going to put some anti-seize compound on them, and then I'm going to go to the store this week and get some stainless steel bolts, and I'll just replace the bolts one at a time with stainless steel. No biggie. Alright, sports fans, here's the finished product. I don't think it turned out too bad. I'm not too unhappy with it. I'm not too unhappy with that. I think it turned out pretty good. It sure beats. It used to have a rip right there in the center, going right there, right where the driver's seat is, and I think it looks a heck of a lot better. It cost about $50 for the seat cover, and I did buy that piece of wood, and that cost about $17. And I bought some T-nuts, so that was about I don't know, $4 for the T-nuts. And I had to buy some stainless steel bolts. Might be another $4. So what do you got? You got 50, 20, 60, and you can get this job all done for $80, and that's assuming you need to build a new seat base and you got a bunch of rusted bolts. If you were in Arizona, you probably do this job for no more than the price of staples and your seat cover. How long did it take? It pretty much took me all day, but I was experimenting on doing things different ways, and I was videoing. That's going to slow you down. If you do this job yourself, it's your first time, count on taking a day. If you had to do it twice, your second time, you probably cut that in half and get her done about a half a day. So if you liked what you saw in this video, I appreciate it if you liked, shared, and subscribed. And we'll see you again here next time on the Fix Yourself channel.